Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today with a new installment of Housewives Rant with G, where we rant and discuss about every single thing Bravo. And what comes to mind on this beautiful sunny day is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this is a video intended for production, Bravo, higher ups, everybody that has a foot in decision making with casting on the show. I apologize in advance because I am out here gleaming in the sun and taking it all in and going on a walk uphill, so that's why you will hear me breathing heavily a little bit. Let's get into it. I do not want to hear a whole lot about budget on Atlanta, because if we can afford to keep 8 housewives on Beverly Hills for many, many seasons, then we can definitely afford to keep multiple on Atlanta. If you ask me, of course, the ratings are not what it used to be, but I think I have the perfect solution for that. Just demote people. If they want to be on the show, demote them, and necessarily not even to a friend of RHOA. What if we change up the structure of employment, as I would say, a little bit? Obviously, we have the full-time peach holders and the friend ofs. But why don't we, work and meet in the middle for the people that desperately want to stay on the show, that can, deliver entertainment, of course, and give out a part-time peach holding space? Why don't we talk about that? I think, what does a friend of to the show get per episode? Is it like 10,000 per episode or what? I do not know exactly. I think it's a little bit different with everybody, with what they work out. But by introducing this part-time housewife role, I think people like Candy could definitely benefit from it, because Candy has 11 million businesses on the side, which is good. She did utilize housewife in every single way that she could have, and really, she skyrocketed. As messy as she maybe could be, as she has this whole drama with Courtney and going on right now, and the strike that she and her team put out on Jalen's Corner here on YouTube. Shout out to her. I just listened to her video and it really broke my heart. But people like her can definitely benefit from it. I think that a part-time housewife should just be in half of the season, spread out, maybe more in group settings. Also, the workload for a part-time housewife should be less than half of what a full-time housewife has to do. So, for example, if we have 20 episodes for season 16, I think a good amount for this part-time housewife role would be 8 to 9 episodes, which is fair. It's still, you could still hold a peach, but not be there constantly. Of course, receive less money, but still be a part of the show. And I think that's great. I mean, if they could give Candy, instead of $2 million for 20 episodes, they could give her $600K or $500K or $400K for 7 to 9 episodes. I don't know. Who am I to talk? I am definitely not in the casting space and the production team up there to regulate all the contracts and, give out the checks. But that is just a personal suggestion from me. So, friend of. Who do I want to see as a friend of to the show next year? I definitely want to see Akila, Kenya's friend, as a friend of. I think she could be great. She looked nice. And I definitely want to see maybe Shamia, which brings us the OG feels to our screen. And Claudia Jordan would be nice as well. And, maybe a newbie that could prove herself to be a new housewife for season 17. So it could be a little trial period for her. Who do I want to see hold peaches next season? I want to see Sheree, because I feel like with Sheree being a little bit more vulnerable this season and showing us a bit more of her heart, I feel like we've seen Sheree for 16 years now on our screens, and we still haven't really gotten to know her. It's always been a facade a little bit and a character, but I was really glad that she did give glimpses of herself and her vulnerability on the show. But I want to see Sheree back. I want to see Marlo back, as problematic as that may seem. I cannot deny she makes me laugh. I want to see Sheree, Marlo, Kenya. And I want to see Drew in full-time roles. And I want to see Candy as well. And if they can't come to any agreement with... I wouldn't say fire her at all. I think Candy is partially very vital to the show. So give her either a part-time peach or a friend of role. Bring back full-time Portia, Eva, and Cynthia. Portia, Eva, and Cynthia are good because those are dynamics that we are familiar with and that we like, that we enjoy. They give us entertainment. Bring back Kim Zolciak as a either part-time housewife or a friend of to the show. Let her truly, if she wants to make a mess out of herself, let her embarrass herself one last time, or let her prove herself to really contribute to the show. She has so much mess going on right now. Kim and Croy are filing and defiling and then refiling for divorce about 27 times a day. They are pleading judges in court to let them sell their mansion so they can cover all their bills. Croy is allegedly scraping up money from the floor to pay their electricity bill. And maybe this could be Kim's redemption season, or maybe not, but still I think we would get good content out of it. So definitely give Kim Zolciak a call. Also, she knows all of the ladies. And then bring in some new faces as friend ofs, as I already said. And then, at the end of the season, what you could do. This goes more into story writing. I do not know how humanly possible this is, but at the end of the season, you could teaser on something really big to keep up, the future of the show. A storyline that could go into season 17. And that would definitely be the redemption of the lost friendships. But to rebuild a friendship, that's a two-way street. And the friendships that I am talking about are, at the end of season 16, either call Nene or Phaedra, give them a good amount of money for one episode, and create the most spectacular, heartbreaking, shocking, scandalous teaser for season 17 that you could ever chop up in the editing room between either Nene and the whole group or Candy and Phaedra. I know Candy is dead set on never speaking to Phaedra ever again, but if you present the both of them with a nice amount of money for one single episode, why not? You could definitely work something out. And how iconic would it be for, camera to pick back up after production wraps, and, you have Candy and Phaedra sitting there, or Nene sitting down with everybody in the group. How much of a mess would that be? And how good would it be? It would shock us in every single way. We would be floored. I envisioned that for season 16. If I were in the, storyboard writing room, or whatever you want to call it, if I were to give out some calls and also ask Carlos King back. The man knows what he's doing. He has very personable relationships with all of the ladies. So let's stop effing around, and also really rethink and reconsider if Andy Cohen is the right person to do the reunion of Atlanta. Because if he is stopping the ladies, I don't think he'd be a good choice. But anyways, you guys, I will see you on the next installment of Housewives Rant with G, and I will talk to you later. Bye.